just to demonstrate that you can, in fact, create at least a duophonic patch on a modular synthesizer. To do this, you have to have a control voltage keyboard or a MIDI controller, something that allows you to split the signal and route multiple signals to the modular synthesizer. So what we really got is two patches going, a low bass patch and a treble patch that's a different waveform, different. And you can play them together. The secret to doing this is the synthesizers.com keyboard controller. As you can see, normally I would patch it with just these two, a control voltage out and a gate out, but it has an extra pair of outputs that can be configured to be a second control voltage out and second gate out. It also has a switch that allows you to switch to a keyboard split. Normally it would be set here. Now with this patch course set to single voice, it's going to sound much different than what I was playing before. It also has a dual voice mode that is really very kind of strange, and you can do some strange and wonderful things with this. If you play it legato, it will basically alternate voices. So let's see. It's quite different and potentially useful for some kind of non-standard sort of playing. But we've basically got oscillator 1 producing a square ramp wave, oscillator 2 producing a pulse wave, also set much higher in pitch than oscillator 1, which is set down at 16 foot, set at 4 foot. And oscillator 3 is set to modulate. Now, of course, the problem with this is that we only have, this is a small modular, we only have 3 oscillators, and yet wanted to get a big fat sound. And typically what you'd do is you'd use these oscillators to modulate each other, to add extra sounds and to thicken up the overall single voice. But in this case, we've got just two single oscillator voices modulated slightly by a low frequency oscillator. But there was a little trick that we played. It's an old minimoog trick. So we've split the output from the mixer here, routed some of it to a filter, this is for the bass patch, and some of it back into the mixer. It's kind of a feedback loop. Now if we play this, right now it's turned down low, not feeding back much. Let's set it back to... It's pretty thick. If I turn this up in the mix, much fatter. Like I said, it's kind of a variation on the old minimoog trick where you fed back the signal into, I think it was the external input, and so it allows you to fatten up the sound. Now these oscillators on the synthesizer.com synth are fairly fat to begin with, but that ramps it up even more. And of course, if you have a bigger synthesizer with more oscillators, you can really do much more with this and make the sounds a lot richer than what you can do with this small synthesizer. Now just to demonstrate the range of that feedback patch again, where I'm feeding back the output of the mixer, or really the output of oscillator 1 from the mixer back into the mixer. This is with it off, turned down. A full sound, not bad at all, but if we ramp this up, it'll get fatter and fatter. Modifies the sound as it pushes the signal harder and harder and probably clips it and introduces some extra harmonics.